Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rikah Kadash. Yahweh be in the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah be in the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now I just want to bring this piece of history back out with the rabbi, the so-called Jewish rabbi, John Allen, because a lot of people gaslighting the situation, acting like they ain't heard and seen the situation. So this rabbi brought out the truth back in the 1800s, man, the 1840s or 50s. Let me look at the book real quick. I think I got the book on here. 1810. Say John Allen, 1810, Modern Judaism. Now, he writing this stuff way back then in the 1800s, 1776, about 40 years, 50 years after they started this experiment of America, Babylon. This man is writing who the Romans was, saying the Romans were the Edomites, was Edom. And then he goes into the slavery situation that he been seeing, because it started around about the 1400s. So by the time you get to the 1800s, he thoroughly see what's going on. And he's saying these people that's being put in captivity is Israelites. Then he's saying, hey, these Christians over here, man, this Christian Catholic conquistador situation that's pretty much declaring that these so-called dark-skinned peoples is heathens, and they got to put them in captivity and teach them the gospel and all this crap. These are the Edomites. See, and these Christians gonna find out that it's gonna be a dreadful day that these Edomites gonna have to pay. He says the fate of Christians at that time will be far more dreadful. See, because they don't understand that they're gonna have to pay for what they're doing. They are putting the children of Israel into captivity, and it's gonna be a dreadful fate for them. Now, this John Allen is writing this stuff, man, and he is exposing these dragons that they know what was going on. They weren't sitting around drinking liquor, see, and not knowing what's going on. Then you had over here in Babylon the so-called small hats running through this place with plantations. They was down there in Cuba, down there in South America, with major plantations, where the French had to say, hey, if you Jewish, if you trying to claim to be these Hebrews and deal with that religion, you need to stay away from our slaves, man, because they don't need to know nothing about no Hebrew mess. They need to only think about is a Christian God. It's a God that loved the Christians and deal with the Pope and the Catholics and deal with the church. There's no such thing as a God that's dealing with a one set of people. They don't need to know about this, especially not a set of people that's going to be thrown into slavery. No. They don't need to know nothing about no Hebrews and no Israelites. Have them thinking about a Christian, see, or a believer. And so that's why they had a slave Bible. Now, when you go into the scriptures, this is what was being talked about, and mainly we're going to go into Colossians, because this is what's hanging these peoples up, and they getting caught up. See, Colossians is talking about a situation where people is getting confused, and it's one major chapter. Chapter 2, man, is the main situation that these people getting caught up because they sitting around listening to their slave master. It says, for I would that ye know what great conflict I have for you. So it's a great conflict in this chapter 2 of Colossians. A great conflict, and he trying to solve this great conflict. He trying to deal with it. He says, for as many as have not seen my face in the flesh, that their hearts might be comforted. So he trying to get them comfort. Now let's get to the point. He says that pretty much it's going to come a time, verse 8, beware, lest any man spoil you with through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world. So somebody finna start bringing some lies into the game, and not after your Amashiach, who they even call Jesus Christ. See, they're not gonna be listening to him. They gonna bring in a vain philosophy, and he mad too, cause they gonna end up using his words. Cause I'm thinking Colossians might have been one of the later letters that he was writing. He had wrote Galatians and Thessalonians and I think Romans before he jumped out there on Colossians. So he might have been hearing the get back or the word on the street of what's going on with his letters, because Peter talked about it in Peter 3:15, I think. And so you go into that of he's saying somebody gonna be lying, and they're not gonna be talking about what Yahweh Shah Mashiach was talking about. See, they're gonna be coming in with a lie. And then he talks about here in 13, saying, and you being dead in your sins, and the uncircumcision of your flesh, have he quickened together with him, having forgiven you all trespass. So he's saying, y'all uncircumcised, and don't worry about that, man. The Lord can forgive you of all of that stuff, those sins that you didn't know when you was a baby. See, you was a baby and uncircumcised. You didn't know nothing about that, but Yahweh can forgive all that because you are an Israelite, man. And he said, blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, and which was contrary to us, and took it out the way, nailed it to the cross. He talking about past. See, trespass. This stuff has passed. These are laws that was trespassed. Meaning in the past, it was trespass. It's not talking about no current situation. Salakia. Now, verse 4, that's bringing out a major point that a lot of people look over, because he's saying, and this I say, lest any man should beguile you with enticing words. See, it's enticing to tell people that you ain't gotta follow the commandments anymore. It's enticing to say all the rules is done away with. You see, that's enticing. That you don't have to go by God's law, and you can indulge in any tradition that you want to indulge in. Any tradition of men and law and activity of man, you can indulge in, and you don't have to be restricted by these laws that God set up. And this is what he's going into when he go into verse 16, because I already iterated or brought out the point in verse 14, how he was blotting out those ordinances that was blotted out was the trespasses, the things that had passed, that you done in your past. That's what was being blotting out. Things that was being forgiven is the things in the past, not the present that's going forward. And this is why he also said, let no man judge you in meat. See, don't let no man judge you in meat, that you broke the meat eating laws in the past. Don't let people judge you and drink what you drunk in the past, or the respect of holy days in the past, or the new moons in the past, or the Sabbath days in the past. See, which are a shadow of things to come. These things was in the past, but the body is of a Mashiach. Let no man beguile you of your reward in a voluntary humility and worshiping angels, intruding into those things which he have not seen, verily puffed up by his fleshly mind. See, and that's another thing. They talking about angels falling down and angels came and talked with them and all this kind of stuff. And they lying. You see, but he basically was, the point I'm trying to bring out is, this is what these Christians is pushing, that this is, he trying to say that you can sin further. He done laid down a foundation that now we can do whatever we want to do. This ain't got nothing to do with the present. Oh, we don't have to follow the laws presently. This is what they twisted it up. He was saying, he named all the laws, he named the ordinances, and he said, don't let people judge you about the things that you've trespassed on, your past trespasses. Because Yahushua came and gave the sacrifice for the stuff that you didn't know. This is what was being talked about in Hebrews. Is it 10 and 26? This is what was being talked about. Let's see here. Yeah, starting at 26, it says, if we sin willfully after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remain no more sacrifice for sin. See, he's telling them after the fact. This is when there's no more sacrifices. But those sins that you committed and broke, men can't judge you on them past sins because Yahushua came. See, and don't let these people come to you with a lie after the tradition of men saying that the Lord has done away with these laws, and he haven't. And this is why he was being told by the apostles in Acts 21 and 21 that go prove to these people that you is talking about keeping the law, not getting rid of the law, because they done got confused. See, they got confused and they thinking that you telling them not to do the law, but you was telling them about the trespasses that they had, the past stuff that they had did. That was blotted out. That was erased. That was done away with. Not that the Lord died and he did away with the ordinances of the Lord, which is an everlasting operation. And so these people that's dealing with this situation in Revelation, this is what he's talking about. And I'm thinking this is what, that's a part of it. But this is what these people ain't realizing, because they done got caught up in that, and now they not seeing a clear situation where the scriptures is totally, I would say, kept in secret away from these individuals, because the history showed clearly how he came, how these rabbis, the Jewish rabbis, knew that the slaves was Israelites. But see, they sitting around following their slave master, and they not understanding that he's talking about doing away with that law, because he is the Edomites. The Edomites are lawless enemies of God. They the crookedest nation in the Bible, and he telling them that these Christians that's pushing their agenda, they got a dreadful fate that's coming to them. And people gaslighting John Allen. See, they done heard about this man that was doing the 1810. See, that was clearly showing that the so-called white man is Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of, the border of wickedness. And so I just want to bring him back out. And while we still addressing these laws that these people trying to come against and say we don't have to keep these laws. See, because we are the descendants of slaves and we was given the law and we got to keep the law. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.